What makes the good life the good life? This podcast is on a mission to find out. So join us as we explore the Heartland's best and most honest voices. Venture to all four corners of York County, because when it comes to quality of life, it's all about keeping it local. Brought to you by the York County Development Corporation, this is 17 County.
Thank you for joining us today for this episode of 17 County. Be sure to like, subscribe, and review our podcast. Doing this helps us grow our podcast, so we appreciate the help from our listeners. We would also like to take the time to thank our members. Without these great members, we wouldn't be able to do what we do here at the YCDC. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Cornerstone Bank, Agri Products, Henderson State Bank, Nebraska Public Power District, York State Bank, York General Hospital, Community Title Company, Green Realty and Auction, Copsa Odie, Midwest Bank, Overland Ready Mixed Company, Perennial Public Power District, Union Bank and Trust, and York Cold Storage. Members can be seen on the member directory page at yorkdevco.com. That's York, DEVco.com. Let's get to the interview. I know what you're thinking. That's a different voice, and you are completely right. So my name is Emily, and I will be taking over as the host for 17 County Podcast. I was originally born and raised in York, Nebraska, so I am intimately familiar with the York County area. While I was growing up, I got the opportunity to see a lot of different instances where the community really rallied around its members. Growing up, I also knew that this was not only a great place to live and grow up myself, but I really wanted to raise my kids here. So now I get the opportunity to raise my kids here, but I get to even take it a step further and make this the best place that it can be, along with Lisa, Hurley, and Deb Heskett, my co-workers, help to raise family, to just live in general. So I am the development coordinator for the YCDC, and I am really, really excited to be able to show you guys why York County is one of the best places that you could choose to raise a family and to live. To kick off my journey as the host for the podcast, we are going to shake things up a little bit. I have invited Lisa Hurley and Deb Heskett with the York County Development Corporation to be our guests. Welcome, you guys. If you didn't know, this podcast is kind of a combined efforts from everyone in this office, so I thought we should get to know the names behind the business. So welcome. Once again, thank you for joining me. Just to kind of warm up a little bit, we're going to do some this or that. So, are you guys cats or dog people? I think I know the answer to this.
Both, but if I had to pick, I would keep my dogs. And my daughter may not be happy to hear me say that.
Definitely dogs.
Definitely dogs. Yeah, I have to agree. I love my dogs too. So Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Okay, that's
I agree.
immediate. Okay, Coke people. Once again I have to agree. We can just jump right into the interview. So, I guess my first question is, Lisa, are you from the York County area?
No, I am not.
Okay, so what made you decide to move here?
Well, I grew up in Crete, and after high school went on to Lincoln. At some point got married, and we went to Norfolk for my husband's job. We were up there for 8 years. Great community. However, I missed the Lincoln area. And so when it was time for him to retire, we took that opportunity to look for communities with progressive economic development organizations in the Lincoln area. And the first one I was really interested in was York County. So went through the process, and not only did we choose York County, but the board selected me. So that's what brought us here.
Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you here. How about you, Deb? Are you from York County?
No, I was born and raised in Chase County, Nebraska, a small community of Imperial. I lived there until I was 35 years old. I married and moved to Rawlins, Wyoming. From there, we went to Norton, Kansas, and Carly had gone to Hastings College, and I decided that was too far away. A 7.5 to see my only child. And for some reason, right at the same time, Craig was offered a job in Norton, Kansas. So we moved there. We lived there several years, and Craig got a phone call and was offered a job here in York. So that's how we ended up here. And York is really the first community that, besides my hometown, that we call home.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I know you both have children, grandchildren. What is it like seeing those kiddos, grow up from a young age to where they are at right now in the York community?
Let me tell you, it's been interesting. I have a 20-year-old who's a junior in college and a 17-year-old who's starting a senior year in high school. So when we moved here, we were looking at 6th grade and 3rd grade. So Zach really does not remember Norfolk School. He has flashes. He remembers some from his kindergarten days, but he's definitely a York Dukes guy. My daughter is right now back up in Northeast Nebraska. She does remember a little bit more. She's a little older. It's been wonderful to allow my kids the freedom to run around. When we first moved here, to be able to leave the rental house and walk down to our office, take their bikes, go out to the pool, go down to the library. That first couple of summers, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
And high school is an experience. Lots of one act, different activities for Zach. He's our fishing boy, so that's what his true passion is. So lake time, river time, creek time. Callie likes electronics, the media. It's been fun. It's been a great community to raise them in.
Yeah, it's a good community to kind of get both of those experiences too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of different options.
Yes.
Yeah. So what about you, Deb? I know you have grandkids that are still pretty little.
I do. Like I said, Carly was in college when we moved to the York area. She just happened to come and spend the last semester while she was student teaching. She moved back in with us. During that summer, she met her husband and decided to stay in the York County area, which we're so blessed. Now I have 2 grandchildren, 7 and 5, and I guess what we say, they are our social life. We love them. We spend a lot of time with each other, and we love it. We're so blessed to have them so close.
And they're in the McCool Junction School District, right?
They are, and Carly and Dustin, they love that area. It's just a really nice, small community, very tight. And just like Lisa said, you see the kids walking down the street on their bikes. It's a wonderful place for them to grow up.
Yeah, it's coming from personal experience. I have 2 young girls, and the safety aspect is huge, and it's something that a lot of people don't think about. But York County, all the communities within it they really value the safety of everybody, involved in the community, which is really important for a lot of parents.
It's really kind of funny, though. We take it for granted. When you go out, my daughter, for the paper, was taking photos of all the communities last week, and she texted me because she got pulled over by a guy asking what she was doing. Because even though she had a 17 county car, it wasn't a car from that community.
Yeah.
So people are definitely watching out, making sure everybody belongs.
Yeah. And it's amazing. It really is.
And that's what they do with kids too. Everybody's watching out after each other's kids.
Yeah.
So it's
absolutely. It's a really hard question to answer, but I have to ask, what do you guys do? What is your job description, I guess?
Do you want to start, Deb?
I was going to say, what don't I do? No, I am in the business side of it, I do the financials are my main responsibilities. But like in any small office, there's three of us. We do a little bit of everything and or whatever we're asked. So I think that's part of the appeal to the job. You're never doing the same thing over and over again. You're always learning, and at my age, sometimes change is hard. It is a very nice work environment here. We all love being here, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, economic development. Overall, what do I do? It's change. It's honoring our history and working in collaboration with partners, with businesses, with individuals, with our nonprofits and our employers for the next step. Because there's always the next step. Where are you going to go? That next step may be the preservation of the downtown district, the preservation of a house, so a housing program. It might be the construction of a new a housing subdivision, or the expansion of a business, the recruitment of a business, or even just technical assistance so the business can go through a succession process or pivot. And then talent, which you help with, Emily.
Yeah.
It really all kind of, no matter how you look at it, it all comes back to keeping who and what we have, helping them expand, whether that's a business or expanding their talent pool, bringing new people in, and developing our talent, developing more housing, developing more business products through prototypes or a new business coming in that complements our existing supply chain. I guess I would sum it up with similar to Deb, none of my days are the same. Sometimes I'm on a roll, I'm getting my to-do list done for the day, and a call comes in, and that to-do list gets put to the side because a higher priority has come in.
Absolutely. Yeah, whenever people ask me that question, because it's a really hard question to answer. There's a lot that happens day to day. I'm always like, okay, so we want to make it a good place for you to live, sleep, and play, but we want it to be safe and we want you to have options. So we do whatever we can to provide those opportunities for you. But
that includes job opportunities.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
Businesses partnering together and splitting off into another business that goes from them.
Yeah, so very big picture, and it's amazing, and
it changes daily.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
My name is Don Freeman II. I'm president and CEO of Agri Products in York, Nebraska. We are a manufacturer of quality equipment, grain handling, food storage, food service. And if you ever want to get a hold of us, you can get on our website or you can contact us at 402-362-5500. Thank you.
Okay, let's switch it up just a little bit. So, what is your guys' favorite place to eat in York County?
Oh, that's just fair.
There's so many.
I don't have a favorite place. I like them all because I don't like to cook. So that's a good one to me.
That's a good answer, yeah.
I'm taking a little bit different route. McLean beef ribeye grilled by my husband.
Okay, yeah.
I like my restaurant. I like our restaurants, but that fresh cut ribeye from the farm on the grill it's just you can't beat it.
And they do amazing work with it's delicious. So
they do have great breakfasts.
Yes, that is true too. Yes. Favorite memory from York County? I know, putting you guys on the spot. I think this is a really hard question, especially when you have kids and grandkids, because gosh, there's so many.
That's how I have to answer that is there is so many. It's just being able to spend the quality time with my grandkids.
Yeah.
If nothing else, the birth of them, that's like no other.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how to answer this.
I know.
Seeing one act go to state year after year while my daughter was involved, and seeing the reactions of the kids and the passion of the entire team and the community coming around them, that's pretty special.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, even to go off of that, I was a student at York High School, and then my husband was at McCool. And I mean, you go to a football game and there's nothing like it because everybody is there. Nobody stays home, whether they have a kid involved or not. That's where they're at. I mean, nobody's doing anything else Friday nights if there's a home game. And just the energy from it's amazing.
One of my favorite memories that has nothing to do with my kids is when we were doing some recording, a virtual reality video during the holiday festival that was down here one year. And the chamber was dropping not ping pong balls, bouncy balls from the top of the fire truck. And being able to stand there in the middle and just capturing all the giggles and squills of those kids running around and the parents laughing. I mean, my kids weren't there because they're too old.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably one of my just favorite community moments is catching that, and it made some pretty wild VR video, let me tell you.
I'm sure
It was actually impossible to stitch together, so we didn't utilize all of it, but it was pretty cool.
That is awesome. Yeah, and I mean, I know that when I was younger and even as an adult, I loved, York Fest, and then we have a couple there's a playground downtown that has this big hill, and going sledding down it and dodging trees, much to my parents' satisfaction.
I know those trees. We're on the hill.
Yep. Many a memory doing that and riding our bikes down Beaver Creek trails. And I mean, there's just so much to do, and it's hard to compare to anywhere else, really, just because you have so much opportunity and something is always happening. So, I guess this is a question for both of you. What is on the horizon? What's coming your way, both personally and within the YCDC?
Oh, wow. In the YCDC world, we're working on so much right now. And I'm going to try not to go too long here, but the supply chain mess that the entire nation, if not the entire world, is involved in is creating a lot of opportunities for our existing businesses, but also for potential partnerships and potential new businesses. That makes it incredibly challenging because we have to continue to improve our quality of life. So we have some really fun stuff going there. We have to continue to expand our housing and our childcare offerings. And like you said, Emily, earlier, making the county a place somebody wants to live in. We can only do that through our quality of life.
Absolutely.
People can live anywhere they want to right now because the job market is tight everywhere. And where we want to have really good jobs, we have to have the community, the county that people want to live in as well. So there's a lot on the horizon. There's some construction that hopefully starts this fall yet, but will be happening next year. There's going to be some fun stuff coming. I'll turn to you, Deb.
Well, like Lisa said, what both of you and I, Emily, a lot of us, what our future is what the direction YCDC is taking. So it's changing all the time. Personally, in the business, I'll be starting on my our membership drive here shortly, and year end and audit and all the things that happen. Yeah, annually. But personally, I am trying to plan a really good vacation
Yeah,
here,
well deserved.
and then someplace over the rainbow. Here comes retirement. Is going to be here within the next few years. So I'm also trying to, decide what direction to go there. What I will, want to do, and I've worked all my life, so um, I'm going to have to do something to keep myself busy. And
Right. Yeah.
I'm facing the empty nester stage of life.
Yeah.
With SAC graduating this coming school year, it's going to be different hopefully not having a kid in the house full
Right.
time.
Right. Right.
But it's the fun senior stuff. Senior photos. Hopefully he gets to experience the full senior year. My daughter did not, thanks to COVID. So that will be fun, going through the normal traditional stuff a senior gets to go through, and then seeing what path he takes.
Yeah, he's at a really fun point to,
Mhm.
picture the future. Well, I think that is really all we have today. So thank you so much for coming and being willing to be our guest on the podcast today. And I hope I speak for everyone when I say that we are super excited to see what the YCDC does in the future. So thank you guys so much. We would also like to take the time to thank our members. Without these great members, once again, we wouldn't be able to do what we do here at the YCDC. So, thank you to our sponsors, which are Cornerstone Bank, Agri Products, Henderson State Bank, Nebraska Public Power District, Community Title Company, Green Realty and Auction, Copsa Odie, Midwest Bank, Overland Ready Mixed Company, Perennial Public Power District, Union Bank and Trust, and York Cold Storage.
This is 17 County, a new podcast brought to you by the York County Development Corporation in Nebraska. For more information about life and opportunity in the Heartland, visit yorkdevco.com. Come grow with us. And if you liked this episode, be sure to rate and review 17 County on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen.